Good evening, guys. Happy Friday. It's Tom Clark over here at TFCIV MMA. I'm just going to do a quick episode tonight, mainly just doing my picks for UFC Vegas 63, Calvin Kattar versus Arnold Allen. I'm really pumped for this one, and we'll get right into the action. We'll start with the prelims. We got Weems versus Rodriguez. A little bit of controversy in this one. Weems did miss weight. I believe it was by about 3.5 pounds, but he was a heavy underdog going into this one at plus 300. I believe Rodriguez closed in around the minus 420 range, and I'm going with the favorite here. I'm going with Rodriguez. Even though he's coming off a loss, I'm pretty confident he gets the win tomorrow night, and we'll go from there. Next thing, we go Durden versus Moda. Moda making his UFC debut. Durden obviously coming off a W. This is another one here, guys, where I'm going with the favorite. I'm going to go with Moda. He comes in at minus 170. It is the debut, but he's an up-and-coming prospect. I think he'll get it done. Next one, we move to everyone's favorite, Chase Hooper versus Garcia. I'm keeping it going with the favorites on this one, guys. I'm going with Chase Hooper. I think he gets it done. I'd say he probably finishes this fight as well. Next, we go to Park versus Holmes. Both these guys coming off W's. Even though I thought Park lost his last fight against Anders, I had Anders personally winning that one. I think Park gets it done tonight. So we're going to go with him, or tomorrow night, sorry. Next, we got the Pitbull, the legend, Andrei Arlovski, going up against De Lima. It's going to be a good one. De Lima is the favorite. I believe last I checked, he was a minus 250. Andrei Arlovski was coming in the plus 200 or so range. But I'm actually going with the underdog on this one. And this starts a trend kind of for the rest of the card. I got a few more underdogs I'm going to be going with. I think De Lima definitely has the power where he could put Arlovski out early. And Arlovski is another guy coming off a W, but I think he did lose that fight against Collier. Personally, I scored it for Collier, but judges gave it to him. So he's coming off a W, and I think he gets the win again tomorrow night. Andrei Arlovski by decision, in my opinion. Next, we got Hawes versus Dolidze. Going to be a pretty good fight there, guys. Hawes has looked phenomenal in his last performance. He's kind of a chinny fighter, in my opinion, but I think the skill is there. I'm going to go with Hawes. He's the favorite. Last I checked, he was like a minus 175, and I think that's a pretty good line. Maybe a little expensive, only because he does have the questionable chin, but I'm going with Hawes on that one. The next one, we got Jacoby versus Roundtree. Roundtree coming in at a plus 150 or so. Jacoby at a minus 185. Both guys great on the feet, but I'm going with the underdog here. I'm going with Khalil Roundtree. He looked phenomenal in his last fight, had that brutal finish, and I think he keeps it going. I think he gets it done. Next fight, we got Tresean Gore, Josh Fremd. I actually watched Josh Fremd his last fight, loss against Hernandez. Hernandez kind of took that one without too much from Fremd. Fremd had his moments, but it was a clear win for Rodriguez. And Tresean Gore coming off a loss to Brundage. I was real high on Gore during the Ultimate Fighter. I thought his first UFC fight against Battle, if he had just let the hands go, the guy's got hands of stone. I think he could have got it done, but he didn't. Battle took the decision win, and then on the last fight, Gore obviously getting knocked out. But I was even picking him before Media Day, but after Media Day, watching him too, that made me a little bit more confident. And the betting lines. When I checked at the beginning of the week, he was about a plus 185. Now he's coming in the plus 130, 135 territory. So I'm going to go with Tresean Gore, and I'm actually probably going to take him by knockout in rounds 2 or 3 personally. That's going to be a good one. I can't wait for it. We've got a great night of fights coming up, guys. And after that, we got Jared Vanderaa versus Cortez Acosta, coming off a W on Dana White Contender Series. I'm going with Cortez Acosta. As much as Jared Vanderaa seems like a cool guy, I watched him fight Oleinik at 273. You can't trust him. He's on a losing streak, obviously. That last fight against Chase Sherman was pretty impressive, but Chase Sherman did get the W, did get it done. So I'm taking Vanderaa to lose this one. So we're going with Cortez Acosta, who is coming in at about a minus 220, which I think is fair. And we're going to stick with that one. Next, we're going to go to the co-main event. Tim Means, Max Griffin. Tim Means obviously coming off a submission loss to Kevin Holland. Pretty impressive performance by Holland. He got it done that time. Max Griffin is coming off a decision loss against Neil Magny. And me personally, and then after hearing media day, Dana White and Hunter Campbell were with me. I had Max Griffin winning that fight. The damage he put on Neil Magny was pretty significant. What did happen, though, is later in the fight, his cardio did kind of give up on him. But here in Max Griffin this week, he has kind of put the cardio questions to rest, said he's been working on it, said at this point he could do some 5-round fights. I don't know if I believe that, but I will say I think he gets it done. I could honestly see him getting a late stoppage in this one, but I'm taking Max Griffin. Last I checked, he was about a minus 180 or so, and I think that line's pretty fair. So I'm going there. Then we head to the main event. Odds on this one, it's a pick'em fight. I know at the beginning of the week, I believe Calvin Kattar opened as a small favorite, but a lot of people have been putting money on Arnold Allen. And last I checked, Arnold Allen was about minus 125. Calvin Kattar was even money or plus 105, depending on what book you had it. And me personally, this may just be some New England bias for me. I'm going Calvin Kattar. Calvin Kattar looked pretty good against Josh Emmett and looked phenomenal against Giga Chikadze. But so has Arnold Allen. He's looked great in his last couple fights too. But I think this is Arnold Allen's first real step against elite competition. I mean, he did have a very impressive performance against Sadiq Yusuff, and he did beat Dan Hooker in the first round. But everybody's been kind of beating Dan Hooker as of late. And Calvin Kattar's looked pretty damn good in his last couple fights. So I'm going Calvin Kattar to derail another up-and-coming prospect like he did Chikadze. And it's going to be a great night of fights, guys. Let me know if you have any picks that differ from mine and what kind of reasoning you'd have. I'd love to hear it. I could have went a little bit more in depth on this one, but I just wanted to do a quick Friday night video. I will be coming out with another one Sunday morning with kind of my recap, and I look forward to hearing from you guys then. Thank you.